like hundreds of millions of tons of his plastic brethren, ends up in a landfill. This huge dump expands each day as more trash comes in and continues to take up space. As plastics sit there being compressed amongst layers of other junk, rainwater flows through the waste and absorbs the water-soluble compounds it contains, and some of those are highly toxic. Together, they create a harmful stew called leachate, which can move into groundwater, soil, and streams, poisoning ecosystems and harming wildlife.
The life cycle of a piece of plastic, it starts off with these nurdles or these virgin plastic pellets, and they mold it into, say, a plastic bottle. And then let's say the plastic bottle gets out to sea. So plastics don't biodegrade, they photodegrade, which means the light breaks them down into smaller and smaller pieces. So once it gets out into the middle of the ocean and it's floating around with the sunlight breaks it down into smaller and smaller bits.
As soon as it comes out of the river mouth or the sewage outfall pipe or whatever and goes into the ocean, it's plastic in the ocean.
Floats on a trickle that reaches a stream that flows into a river, and a river that reaches the ocean. After months lost at sea, he's slowly drawn into a massive vortex where trash accumulates, a place known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
The way the ocean is sick because of pollution, and we really don't know what the extent of the problem is and what kind of damage this is going to take in the long term.
Some animals, like seabirds, get entangled in the mess. They and others mistake the brightly colored plastic bits for food. Plastic makes them feel full when they're not, so they starve to death and pass the toxins from the plastic up the food chain. For example, it's eaten by lanternfish. The lanternfish are eaten by squid. The squid are eaten by tuna, and the tuna are eaten by us.
Definitely have what we call endocrine disrupting effects, which are problems with reproduction. So your endocrine system is what controls all the hormones in your body. And so some of these persistent organic pollutants basically mimic our natural hormones and then disrupt our normal reproductive system.
This issue. But we're now finding that plastic pollution can be found on virtually every ocean and every coastline in the world. What we're trying to show the world is that this is a global problem. Plastic is washing into our seas from every continent in the world, and it will take international cooperation implemented at a local level to solve this issue.
You have that personal question you have to ask yourself, because now you can't claim ignorance. Do you do something about it, or do you walk away?